So good to see you.
Thank you.
And Ghosted, wow, very powerful film. Very powerful. And obviously very close to your heart because you were... Was it your daughter that got you involved with it?
Well, yeah, no, Jessica, my eldest daughter, came over one Sunday, well, on a Friday, and said, "What are you doing on Sunday?" And I said, "Nothing," thinking she was going to take me out to lunch. But actually what it was that she wanted me to work with Greg Viveros, who needed an actor for the day.
Ah, okay.
So I met him, and then 3 months later, he sent me this script called Ghosted. And I felt, this is a great film. And what it just needs is it needs to just be treated as a proper film. So let's get a proper casting director involved. Amy Hubbard came on board. Then we got John Lynch. You know, because of her, we got Martin Compston, we got Craig Parkinson. And suddenly we were ready to go.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a lot of money. In fact, we kept saying to people, which part of this sentence don't you understand? We have no money.
Yeah.
And we just continued, and we just thought, OK, we can make this. And the Bill had built this set, which they weren't using anymore, down in Merton, so we were able to have that. And for the first time in my life, I said to the director, I said, "Why don't you shoot this? Scene one, day one. Shoot it chronologically, allow the actors the process, have a week's rehearsal as well." And we did it, and I think that what this film shows you is British acting and cinema making at its best. For very little money.
Yeah, for very little money, absolutely. I mean, we saw there, you know, the movies that you did with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I would imagine that the lunch budget was probably, you know, as much as yours.
6 times more than ours.
Just Arnie's breakfast for the week,
exactly.
you know, that would pay for the movie. But obviously, from you, it's a real labour of love. I mean, it's something that, and everybody that's involved, again, it must have been a real good bonding experience because you all believed in it so much.
We did. I mean, you know, and part of it is not just the actors that have the parts, it's also all those other actors. You know, we call them extras or you know, whatever you want to call them. They give us those colours. And they came and they were there every day. They were present, you know, and that sounds such an actory thing to say, but they were there, you know. So between the words action and cut, we were in that prison.
And it's really difficult because I don't want to give away too much about it because there is a twist at the end which is actually very shocking. But I guess it is about, you know, it really is about friendship and about human beings sort of, you know, in a really difficult situation, just connecting with one another, I suppose.
It is. I mean, to me, the thing is, you know, what we have in our relationships with people is that people do fall in love with people. You know, men do fall in love with each other, not in any other sort of sexual way, but actually just as mates and as friends. And here you have that sort of relationship. You have the relationship between John's character, Jack, and Martin's character, Paul. They actually do create a relationship. They are a bond. Call it father and son, call it mentoring or whatever. But it's that relationship that's sort of at the crux of the film.
No, absolutely. And you said as you worked with your elder daughter and you're going to be working with your other daughter in Edinburgh.
Yeah. Kira and I have...
Is this the first time?
This is the first time. It's the first time we've worked together, and it's the first time I'm going to be up in Edinburgh.
Look at you, the lovely women in your family. They're gorgeous.
I know.
And that'll be fantastic. Is it something you've always wanted to do?
I've wanted to do it. I've wanted to be in Edinburgh because I've always gone up there and seen my mates doing their things. And so this time I've got time off because we don't start doing upstairs, downstairs till October.
Right.
So I've got this time. So I thought, well, right, let's go and do this play.
Yeah, right, absolutely. And upstairs, downstairs, obviously coming back. I like your character in that. Very interesting. He's a great observer. He sees everything that's going on, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's interesting because he can go upstairs and downstairs.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
He's the link between both. Because you've got you've got the character Rose, obviously, which is the past and now, you know, bringing it to...
I know, that's extraordinary, isn't it? You know, I mean, I watched that programme when I was growing up, and suddenly to find yourself at a read-through next to Jean Marsh.
Not bad.
It's pretty
Who still looks the same.
Oh, she's fantastic.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And she's the rudest woman I know.
Is she?
Yes, and she's naughty as well.
I like that. That must be really good fun in rehearsals. It would be really good. Now, we were talking to people early on and they were saying, apparently in a recession, we like to have men that are a bit more wimpy. I'm not sure about that. I don't think it's right. Emily in York says, no. Who's going to kill the spider in the bath? Because a wimp won't do that. And Marion says, surely in these difficult times, a woman would want a man who could keep the wolves from the door and keep her and her family safe. I think women want a mixture of both.
I think so.
Don't you think?
Well, so do men.
Yeah.
You know, men like to be taken care of too.
They do.
Yeah.
And nurtured and looked
Yeah,
after.
absolutely.
But then maybe it's quite good to have a kind of Amazonian women as well, and you're, you know, because you're in a house of women, aren't you?
I know. I'm very happy.
Absolutely. And anniversary today?
It is my 31st wedding anniversary today.
Well done for remembering.
Thank you.
That's very, very good. That's fantastic. Really good. And obviously we can see Ghosted in the cinema.
It's in the cinemas, and then what we're doing is we're bringing it out on all platforms. So on Monday it comes out on DVD and on downloads, because that's the new. That's how people watch it.
Absolutely.
That's how people watch.
Well, congratulations! It's a cracking film. I know it went down incredibly well at the Edinburgh Film Festival, and it really is. It's a good. You're right. British cinema at its best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Art. Thank you very much indeed. And that's it for today. Ross King's back tomorrow with the Kardashians. We'll see you then. Bye bye.